If you've been playing Roblox for a long time or even took one good look at the marketplace, you would probably know that this item right here on the screen is called a Dominus. It's a really popular Roblox accessory that literally every single user wanted at some point, me included. Unfortunately, some of us were not lucky enough to ever get it because, well, it's really expensive. Anyways, if you don't know what a Dominus is, then it is an accessory item that has an appearance of two rings at the front and a hood that basically overshadows your entire head. It is the most expensive pass series ever published to a Roblox marketplace, rivaling Domino Crowns, Federations, and Frogtime Fedoras. Despite all of these items being so different, they all have something in common, and it is that they were originally formed by John Sheletsky, a former Roblox administrator and arguably one of the most popular employees of Roblox. Fun fact, the first ever Dominus was actually created back in the 24th of January 2010, basically older than at least 3/4 of the Roblox player base. As of this video, there are currently 16 Dominuses, with 11 of the 16 still available to purchase as a limited item in the Roblox marketplace, the rest being off sale and no apparent way of ever obtaining them. A cool fact that many Roblox users don't seem to know is that Domini is heavily linked with Latin, the name being derived from a Latin term literally called Dominus, which is a term to refer to people of power for many historic periods. This basically meant that Dominuses were created with the sole purpose to display a Robloxian's wealth and status for, well, obvious reasons. I mean, why else would it be so expensive? Going back to the fact that Dominuses are heavily linked with Latin, some Dominuses would actually have their description written in Latin, with about 3 exceptions. This 3 or 4 part series will be diving into every single Dominus listed and their history throughout Roblox, so sit back, watch this while studying or doing chores, and hopefully you'll learn something from this video. The Dominus Empress is one of the most popular and the most iconic Dominuses in Roblox history, and it is really iconic for a good reason. It was formerly called the Hooded Valk, and it is a limited Dominus item, meaning it is still available in the marketplace to be bought by resellers. It is currently worth around 618 million Robux in the marketplace. And what makes it so iconic is that the Dominus Empress is the first ever Domini to ever be created. And it wasn't always so expensive. During its release, it was only worth approximately 13,337 Robux. It may seem like a lot, but for a Dominus, it's basically nothing. Only 26 copies of it were in stock, and as of today, only 7 copies exist. What makes this Dominus so memorable is its iconic yet simple appearance. The hood and feathers are colored white, and the wings are gray. Dominuses typically tend to have a more complex texture design, which is what makes the Empress so different from other Dominuses. Like I said before, Dominuses typically tend to have a Latin description, and the Empress description is, well, don't expect me to read that out loud. But it does directly translate to whatever is said in Latin sounds steep. After December 2024, the description was changed, leaving the Latin quote but stating that the Dominus is the original hat in the Dominus series. Moving on to the history of the Empress, during the infamous 2012 April Fool's hacking incident, the Dominus Empress sold twice with an average price of 1 billion Robux. Username QMan1245 has obtained the Dominus along with several other limited items such as the Domino Crown, Banhammer, and even the Roblox Administrator badge. As a result, their account ended up being later terminated along the username Adver, whose account was compromised to obtain the Dominus Empress along with the Domino Crown and was also later terminated. A popular Roblox account known as Stickmaster Luke is always seen wearing the Dominus Empress, which is why people name it his signature hat. Stickmaster Luke is a popular Roblox account known for having a really high value and also the creator of the popular Roblox game Natural Disaster Survival. The Empress also had a DIY variant, uploaded on April 1st, 2014 for April Fool's Day. It was priced at 133 Robux before going limited. It was sold 18,745 times and is currently worth 14,500 Robux in the marketplace. This is all the information known about the Dominus Empress and all the information listed from the wiki. Now we'll be moving on to another Dominus, the second Dominus ever created, the Dominus Infernus. The Dominus Infernus is another limited Dominus still available in the marketplace, with the same worth as the Dominus Empress, being 618 million Robux. This Dominus came out on July 20th, 2010, 6 months after the release of the Empress. Initially, it was purchasable for 26,000 Robux, with around 26 copies in stock, and as of this video, only 18 copies exist. The appearance of the Infernus consists of lightning searing from the hood, the color being a blend of black and red, the rings at the front being golden, and the body of the wings are white with red highlighting the tip of the feathers. In comparison to the Empress's simple design, the Infernus has a more complex and well-designed texture. As previously stated, the description is in Latin, translating to, "Thus passes the glory of the world." The word Infernus is also a Latin word for infernal or underworld, which is really fitting for the design of the Dominus. Originally, the Dominus had a fairly bad reputation due to having connections with the user Elenet, an account who allegedly started the April Fool's hack of 2012. Somehow, there's not too much to say about the Infernus, so we'll be moving on to the third Dominus ever created, known as the Frigidus. The Dominus Frigidus is quite different from the first two Dominuses we talked about, and this is because it is a limited unique hat. Limited unique hats are basically items sold in specific quantities of a set price, immediately becoming available to trading and reselling once sold out. What makes limited uniques different from regular limiteds is that limiteds go off sale as regular items until they are manually selected to become limited. The Dominus Frigidus was created on the 24th of March 2011. It was initially worth 39,000 Robux and it is now worth 618 million, the same price as the Empress and Infernus. It had around 26 copies in stock and as of today there are only 12 copies. The Dominus was designed by user Cakes as part of his wish granted by the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Cakes had also received 1 million Robux as part of his wish. He is still alive today and remains one of the most well-known collectors in Roblox. The appearance of the Dominus Frigidus consists of a bright blue hood with the wings being grey on the outside and blue in the center. The feathers appear to represent icicles, which is a really neat detail. The Latin description translates to either win or die. The word Frigidus is also Latin for cold, chill, and even stemming from the English word frigid. As of October 31st, 2023, the Dominus Frigidus has the highest recent average price compared to any other item on the site. The reason for this is due to the creator of a popular game, Ragdoll Engine, user Mr. Bean Guy, purchasing a copy of the Dominus from another developer, Burgess, for 200 million Robux on December 3rd, 2022. This is the largest limited sale in Roblox history. Now we'll be moving on to the fourth Dominus ever created, called the Dominus Messor. The Dominus Messor is a limited hat that was published on October 25th, 2011. It was an item obtained from the hat known as the Open Gift of the Dominator, initially available to be bought for 31,000 Robux, and published for Halloween. 241 copies of the gift were purchased before it went off sale and later went limited on October 27th, 2012. As of today, only 130 known copies exist, and the Messor costs 10 million Robux. The Dominus appears to have a green and black hood. This time, the insides of the hood appear to have red eyes, making it different from the other Dominuses with pitch black underneath the hoods. Green colored rings are attached and 4 gray feathers are evident, the feathers having brown at the tip. The Latin description translates to, "As you sow, so shall you reap." The Messor is a word for reaper and harvester in Latin. There's not too much to say about the Messor, so let's move on. That's all for part 1. I'm aware I didn't cover that many Dominuses, but in the next video I'll definitely try my best to cover more. Thank you all so much for watching, I'd appreciate it if you could like and subscribe, and see you all in the next video.